This is a prime example of why I turn off the comments on my videos. You know, some moronic comment gets to me, and then I obsess about it. So I'm going to respond to this comment. I'm going to respond pretty much line by line, because the whole thing's just nonsense. Right, you went entirely out of your way to stir up drama with those less fortunate than yourself. No, I didn't. That's simply untrue. You know, for a good 3 months since they arrived and set up camp and took over, you know, the historically significant area of the local woods, declaring it to now be their home and demanding people respect that, I and others were forced to alter our usual routes and routines in order to attempt to avoid them in that area. I didn't go out of my way at all. I went out of my way to avoid them, as I do with most people. Why didn't you offer them something that could make them feel happier? Well, simply put, why should I? Why should I? When they first appeared in the area above the kiln, I was able to engage in a reasonable conversation with them, and you know, I was genuinely concerned for their welfare. I strongly suggested the site they had chosen right by the kiln, which is a party area, was a very bad place to set up their tent. I warned them they would be disturbed there, and I suggested a nearby safer, more suitable area. My warnings and suggestion were ignored. Seems to me they desperately need the basics, warmth, food and love, yet those are the very things you take for granted. This part of this person's comment irritated me above all the rest. Warmth, food and love are the very things I take for granted. How dare you? How dare you? That couldn't be any further from the truth. It really couldn't. This person knows nothing about me or what hardships I may have endured in my life, and yet they have the gall to accuse me of this. How dare they just make up stuff about me like that? How dare they? And you will stop at nothing to prevent them from having those things for themselves. I will stop at nothing. I will stop at nothing. If that were true, they'd have been gone on day one. Again, this is just made up untruth. The entirety of my interactions with these people was pretty much asking them on more than one occasion to clear up the rubbish they had covered the whole area in, and finally to put out the fire damaging the painted walls of the Battery Gardens main gunfort bunker. You know, that's maintained by volunteers. It's opened to the public on special occasions. There are school parties visit the bunkers. They are precious. You don't burn them away. I am not in any way responsible for the antisocial behaviour engaged in by such people, which is what clearly serves as an obstacle in them finding warmth, food and love for themselves. You brought more negativity to an already negative situation and walked away with the burden of it. No way you could have felt relieved after that encounter. I asked them to clear up their rubbish, and I asked them to put out a damaging fire. I am not responsible for the negativity and the burden these people visit on themselves and others by virtue of their antisocial aggressive behaviour. They do all of that for themselves. You just need to look inside. What breathtaking, nauseating arrogance. This person went out of their way to comment on a YouTube video and make up all manner of stuff about me to enable them to justify projecting who knows what unresolved negativity from their own mind onto me. It isn't me who needs to do some self-analysis in this regard. And then he comments his own comment. Kudos to you, sir, if you do not delete this. This person watched who knows which of my videos. You know, there's no telling which specific video. I mean, I'm assuming it was the confrontation with the homeless people in the bunker and the fire. But, you know, perhaps he's watched them all. But this person watched who knows which of my videos, went out of their way to make up stuff about me and post a comment on a completely unrelated video. And then says this, and feigns politeness by saying, "Sir." What a possible motive this person can have for behaving in such a moronic way is utterly beyond me. I just don't understand people. I just don't. In due course, I will delete this comment and I shall block the user. I will leave it for a little while after I've uploaded this video in the hope that they may get to see it. I will then block them. This is a prime example of why I turn off comments on my videos, because I've just wasted so much time on this. Morons.